There we go. There we go. Oh, it's Dalton, everybody. It took me a while to find a bite this morning. I was over there on the other side and couldn't seem to get any bites, and just had a little bite over here, and then finally hooked into something here. Now he's running at me. Got him on my little baby jig. Oh, this is a nice fish right here. Real nice fish right here. I'll show you guys today how I trim this jig up. Oh man, this is a nice fish. I can get this one in. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Settle down. Yeah. That's a pretty bass right there on my little finesse jig that I've been talking about. I got him in, and I'm hand tying him now, and look at that. What a beautiful fish right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Tell you, I was wondering, maybe because of the rains they might have moved, but there's a few hanging out over here. This is one of the colors I'm going to be offering. This is June bug. Using a TRD today called Copper Truce. 8-pound test, medium rod. Like I say, I'll show y'all later on today. You know, sun comes up, gets a little bit warmer. I was going to do this from home, but I'll go ahead and do it out here. I'll show you how I trim this jig up. He's a bit smaller, actually quite a bit smaller, but there's been some rains out here, but it hasn't really changed the water clarity any. Water clarity is still real good out here, and the water temperature right now, about 10 o'clock this morning, is 63 degrees. So you know, water temp might have went down just a little bit, but not a whole heck of a lot. It wasn't a cold rain, but there was some rain. Looks like, I can't tell if the lake's really come up much. Maybe a little bit. I didn't look this morning. But you can always go to 805 webcam. They got a section there where you can check the water levels of this lake here, as well as San Antonio. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I trim this jig. I just broke off, so I've got to change the jig out anyway. I'm going to show you how I trim my new little finesse jig, which is now available. Right now I got it in 3 colors. Brown with some black flake. This goes really good with either your red, your orangish type colors, your chartreuses. If you like green pumpkin like I do, I got it in green pumpkin, blue flake. That goes really good with a blue trailer. Now the color I'm using today is June bug. I've done very well out here in June bug. Overcast, kind of a low light day. Something like this shows up really good in the water. So let me show you guys how I trim this thing. Let me get some stuff out of the way here, because you know it always makes a mess. First thing you want to do with a jig, I don't care what jig it is, guys, turn it upside down and give it a massage. Go ahead and loosen up that skirt. That's like one of the best things that you can do. While you have it upside down, just lay the head about right here on your finger, and go ahead and cut the end off. Okay? Makes it a little easier. Now you've got your jig nice and shortened up. It's cold out here this morning, so if I'm shaking, it's because I'm shivering. So at any rate, what I like to do is get right underneath the hook. So I just take and I just kind of round it off. Okay, right under the hook. That's about the length that I want for this particular jig, because it is a finesse jig and I get a ton of bites on this thing. I don't know if you guys saw the video with my wife and I out here, but we were catching a bunch of fish on this. Now, there's a variety of trailers you can use. I have a new trailer that I've told you guys, I think on the last video or so, that I'm working with today. I will be working with for a while. It's a bigger trailer though. It's for some of my little bit bigger jigs. But for these small finesse jigs, you can get little tiny craws. But I gotta tell you, I've been doing really, really good with just a TRD, a Z-Man TRD. Now, the thing about Z-Man, I don't carry them in my boat in the summertime. They melt. They will. If it gets too hot, those things will melt together. If I'm going to use Z-Man, I just take the ones I know I'm going to use and I throw them in my cooler. And then I don't have to worry about that. But we're not in the summer, so I put my bag back out here and I got all my Z-Man baits with me. Just a tip, any of the Z-Man baits you get, give it a good stretch. Okay? Give it a good stretch. Just loosen it up. Actually, Z-Man is one of the Z-Man people that were talking about their jig was the one who said, you know, give this thing a little bit of a stretch. I've been doing it ever since. Gives it a little bit of action. Then I'm just going to take and, just like we always do, right down the middle, thread her on down. It's real easy. If you mess up, you start over. That's what's great about these Z-Mans is if you mess up, you're not going to really mess them up. You can just go ahead and start over. Work out just fine. I do like the chartreuse. This one here is called copper truce. But anything right now with chartreuse, especially low light visibility like this, it's really going to show up good in the water. And that's it. I mean, it's a super duper simple jig. Super easy to trim. Real easy to work. I recommend working it really slow. That seems to be the key. But you know what? You can use this as a small swim jig. Put a little flappy trailer on it. And you can swim this thing around. Look like a little bluegill or whatever it might be. But anyway, that's how I trim them up. Real easy. Right under the hook. A lot of trailers sticking out. Good action. Now the reason I trim them so short, just as a reminder, the shorter you trim your skirt, the more it flares out. And so when this thing hits the bottom, it flares out. You got that little TRD doing its thing. Catch a bunch of fish. At any rate, guys, you get a bunch of bite with these jigs. Like I say, they're going to be out. They're going to be on the website. And this is how I'm fishing them right now. I'll do multiple trailers, but this has been working real good. Medium action rod, 8-pound test, lots of bites. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you next time.